honestly, the battery life is really good. I feel like a lot of reviewers made this seem like this battery was absolute garbage. Alright guys, so I have the iPhone Air and I just want to get right into this video again. Very honest, very transparent, no bias. I just want to give you guys my opinion on if you're having hesitancy with going with the Air or just trying to decide which iPhone 17 you should get this year. And I'm just going to give my opinion. I already have the Air, so I just want to help you guys out because whenever I watch a lot of these big reviewers on YouTube, I feel like they always go back and forth and it's like always super high production, but they don't really think about the average person and what they need. So I'm just going to go over what I personally think. You may disagree, but let's just get right into the video. So I'm going to start out with the iPhone 17. So in my opinion, the iPhone 17 by far is the best value deal out of an iPhone that I have seen in a really long time. The 17 has essentially all of the Pro features. It doesn't have the A19 Pro chip, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think most people are going to know the difference, if anything, really care too much about that. A lot of the time with these big reviewers, they're always saying all these really microscopic specs, and at the end of the day, people just want a phone that works. People want a phone that is reliable. People want to be able to text their family, to FaceTime, to watch videos, to take photos. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. And I think for anyone who wants an iPhone, in my opinion, I personally think the 17 is probably the best model to go for, especially for the price, it being cheaper than the iPhone Air, which, to be honest, how can you beat that? If you are looking for a value to cost ratio, the iPhone 17 is by far the clear winner, and I think it is really the best iPhone that people should be buying this year. Now, with that being said, why would I buy the iPhone Air if it's more expensive, if it doesn't have two cameras, three cameras, if it only has one speaker, if the battery life is not as good? And that's a really valid question, and it's something I've answered in the comments in my previous video. And truthfully, the reason why I bought this is I love the thinness. I love how light this is. I watch videos all the time, and going from a phone like the 15 Pro Max, it is a night and day difference when you're holding a phone that is this light compared to the 15 Pro Max, which is super heavy. And just when I do walk, so I walk pretty much every day and I'll go on an hour walk. When you have the 15 Pro Max in your pocket, you really feel the weight. And until I actually had the Air I got in person, I was like, wow, this is a crazy difference. So is the design itself worth justifying more money for the 17? Well, I guess that's really for you to decide. I think what I also really like is the display on the Air. I love the size of it. So I really do like how the 15 Pro Max had a large screen size. But again, the weight for me was just too much. And the other thing that I wanted to note, I don't need all these other crazy features on phones. I don't need an 8 times zoom. I don't need the best speakers. I don't need a battery life that is going to be the best battery life ever. I don't use my phone every single part of the day. And for me, what I just love about the Air is, in a way, I forget about using an iPhone. The best way that I could describe it is like, I don't want to be on my phone all day. And I feel like for something with the Air, it just gives me this refreshing feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but I really just love the Air. I love everything about it. I'm so glad that I purchased this phone. Again, being very transparent, you're losing a lot of features. You're not getting the wide angle lens on the back. Again, the battery life is not going to be the same as the Pro or the Pro Max, and you're not going to have dual speakers. However, through my testing, through using this phone for the past 3 days now, I honestly love it. I have not seen any difference when it comes to audio quality with this speaker. The battery life has lasted me all day. I literally woke up at 10 a.m. and what is it now? It's 9:55 and I'm pretty much still full. I left it on a charger for maybe 20 minutes, but honestly, the battery life is really good. I feel like a lot of reviewers made this seem like this battery was absolute garbage, and that's just not even true. Now let's talk about the Pro and the Pro Max. I think they definitely have their place, and I honestly respect Apple for having Pro models, but for me, it's just not really something that I need. If you are someone who is a heavy gamer, you take photos all the time, you're recording in 4K 60, 4K 30, you want features like ProRes, which most people don't actually use, that is a great phone. And I'm not dissing any of the other phones. I'm not saying that the iPhone Air is better than all these models, because that would just be a lie. And it's like, I don't need to lie to you guys. I don't need to cope because I purchased the Air. All of these iPhones this year, in my opinion, are great models. But again, what it really comes down to is, what do you need in a phone? I think that's the question, that before you look at all the devices, what do you need in a phone? If there was 3 to 5 features that you really need, ask yourself that, write it down, and once you decide that, go and try out phones. That's the other thing I want to tell people. You can see videos online, you could even listen to me, and I could tell you that this is a great phone. But unless you actually go out of your way and try the phone, go to the store, feel it, test it out, try the speaker, type on it, whatever it may be, you're not really going to know what it's like. And I just recommend that for a lot of people. And that's something that is a little risky when you're buying things online, is you don't know what it's actually going to be like until you get it in the store. So I have to say, I think it's a really exciting time for Apple, because it makes people be like, which phone do I buy? So it's interesting. I don't know. All that I could say is that I'm really enjoying the Air. This is not a video of me trying to convince you to buy the Air, to say that the Air is the best phone out there. It's better than all the other iPhones. That's not true. The Air is a different type of device, and to compare this to the Pro, to the Pro Max, I think that is very unfair. If you want to compare this to the 17, I think that's a very valid point to use. And honestly, again, when it comes to the overall purchase of what you're buying, I do think the 17 is the best value. But like I said in my review before, there's just something different about this device. And when you use it, when you hold it, it is just really refreshing. It's a great device. And the analogy that I used yesterday or 2 days ago when I recorded my video is, when you have a nice car and you enjoy it, you love driving it, and it makes you smile, there's something different about that. And sometimes that beats what you paid for. If you enjoy something, it doesn't matter what other people say. So for me, that is why I went with the iPhone Air. Please comment down below. And actually, wait, before I end this video, I do want to say something as well. If you buy any phone, why does it matter what other people say? That is something I just wanted to note. A lot of people are hating me. They're like, why would you buy this garbage device? It's not garbage to me. And honestly, you need to judge a phone on your own. I just think that's my personal opinion. But again, it just really comes down to what you need, comes down to what you want. What do you determine is value in a phone? Are you willing to compromise and justify certain features for less money, for more money? And the critiques that I just wanted to add for the Air is, I do think it was overpriced. I'll be honest, I do think that this was an overpriced phone for this year comparing to the 17. So I think honestly, I wish Apple did that. I wish they had the wide angle, but I'm really liking it. So for me, that kind of justifies what I'm paying. And I had an upgrade with Verizon. Not trying to cope, I'm just being honest, but hopefully this kind of gives you clarity. I try to reply to every single comment down below. So if you have any questions, even if it's a negative one, I'll try to reply to you. I try to just be very unbiased. I'm just a real guy. I'm not here to no one's paying me to make these videos. I just want to help you, because I know what it's like. You're looking through all these YouTube videos. You're trying to find, is iPhone Air good? Is it bad? Is the 17 good? Is it bad? Is the Pro good? Is it bad? I understand. I was there. I watched maybe 30 videos on the iPhone Air before purchasing, and it was like a roller coaster of seeing different reviews. And then once I had it, I was like, all right, solid. I love this phone. So hopefully this helps. Again, I'll continue to make content because it seems like you guys are enjoying it. And thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. So have a good night.